It's food o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. I've been to Iceland recently because around this time of year, October, the supermarkets are starting to tentatively release their Christmas products. And lo and behold, I went to the Iceland warehouse and they have their big kind of chest freezers, and Pukka have their own chest freezer in the Iceland warehouse. So I had a look, and there it is, the Festive Family Pie. Now, believe it or not, this was £3. I had to look and look again and then look again because there's a fair old weight to this. There's a fair old weight. And I always say, if you're looking in these supermarkets, especially your kind of like your farm foods and your Icelands of the world, maybe pick up, if they do a 3 for £10 deal, pick up a bag and go, yeah, that seems okay for 3. Pick the 3 bags up and ask yourself a question. With this weight I'm holding in my hand, is it worth £10 of my money? Well, I'm holding this family pie from Pukka, and there's a fair old weight to it, and it costs £3. Serves 4 people, great to share, oven ready in 60 minutes. So, where's the heating instructions? 55 to 60 minutes, 180 degrees, or gas mark 6, in the centre of an oven. There we go. So let's have a look before we stick it in the oven. Now, I have taken a few pictures of this just for my thumbnail, and bits of crumb was falling out of the box. So yeah, look, there's bits of crumb. So ooh. Look at that. Middle of the oven it is. That looks pretty decent. Now, it wasn't that long ago that Pukka were doing a kind of like a Christmas pie with a pig in blanket in it, and I don't think that sort of thing. I think that's too much manual labour for a company like Pukka. I think Pukka brought out that pie and they probably had to charge more just for putting the pig in the blanket inside of the pie. And I think they've reverted back to just like general chicken stodge and veg and just call it a festive pie. What's festive about it? What's festive about this pie? Pork sausage 5%, chicken 11%, which is chicken breast, and a bit of onion, bit of pea, bit of bread dress, bit of ginger, bit of coriander, spices. Right, so they've added some Christmas spices like white peppers, corianders, ginger, mace. Right, fair enough. They have made it a Christmas pie by making it nice and spicy. So I'll be back in an hour then. Well, it'll be a click of the fingers for you guys, and we'll be back when it's cooked. Okay, this pie is ready, but whilst it was cooking, I poured myself a porter, an English porter at 5.5% ABV. And it tastes pretty good. So the pie then, let's get it out of the... Oh, there we go, look at that. No soggy bits on the bottom of that foil. Spin it back over. That's what the pie looks like. There's a bit of a hack with these pies. I knew, so Pukka wanted me to put this in the oven for an hour. I knew after an hour that the lid of the pie, it was going to be pretty dark, wasn't it? Even gas mark 6, it was going to be pretty dark, almost burnt. So I sprinkle a little bit of water around the crust, and I try and kind of save the crust by adding some moisture, adding some water to it. So even though you can hear you can still hear that. Yeah, look at that. There's a look at it. Oh, I'm so tempted. Shall I? Why not? It's like a giant pasty. So the bottom of the pie, you can see, is a little bit moist. It wants to break up in parts. We're going to try and save it. The filling, as a festive pie goes, the herbs and spices, yeah, they're definitely there. The peppers, the cinnamon bits and pieces. It's fresh out the oven. I don't even know how I'm holding it. It's fresh out the oven. The top of the pie is crispy and crunchy and lovely. It's buttery and yeah, it's a lovely consistency to the pastry. And just taking little kind of delicate bites of this pie. Let's see if we can do it one-handed. For me, this seems like the ultimate afternoon, doesn't it? Porter beer. With a festive, I'm going to call it Christmas. I don't do festive. I'm going to call it a Christmas pie. I don't believe we need to change history. I don't believe we need to apologise for the fact that it's Christmas. Can you imagine? I can't remember it. It was Slade, wasn't it? Can you imagine Slade singing, "It's festive"? It just doesn't work, does it? It's an interesting one because I want to tell you more about the pie. So, what this is essentially, there's bacon in here, there's bits of ham, and there's chicken. But it's all minced up. It's all minced up. There's no chicken chunks in here. There's no ham chunks. It's like blended. It's like blended chicken breast and blended ham in a gravy with some spices. And £3, if you're willing to try this for £3, then Oh. I don't think you're going to be kind of like massively disappointed. There's a section of the pie right there. So they've called it a family pie, enough for 4 people. I'm probably going to tuck half of this away. I keep coming across lumps like, oh no, oh, we dropped pie. It's hot. Oh, I don't know what it is. It's like a bit of sausage or something, but oh, that's hot. Bit of carrot. It was a bit of sausage. You don't. I don't think you need me to stand here and eat the whole thing before I rate it. I think I'm going to rate it now. I made a right mess. And of my stool as well, where the pie dropped. I'll get the dog in a moment. Right, it was £3. It's not the greatest amount of money to pay for a big family pie. Is it the best pie you're gonna ever taste in your life? No, absolutely not. But is it the worst? I'm gonna say no too. I think it's actually really good value for money. It's really good value for money, and I think it gets people in the kind of the spirit of Christmas. Even if I'm reviewing this in October. So I'm going to rate this. I think if I paid a lot of money for it, I would be disappointed. But the fact I paid £3, I'm alright with that. I'm completely fine with that. And I'm completely fine with giving it a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.